This build is super powerful and my #1 recommendation to first-time players. You can be outnumbered by enemies and beat them without doing a single perfect block. If you are a beginner to this game and want to learn the enemies in a safe and stress-free environment, this build is for you. I give this build a difficulty rating of 1, damage of 3, and tankiness of 5. Build overview. We are a heavy armor tank, with the ability to block a lot of successive hits, and take little damage from each hit blocked. When you hold down the block button, you can see a meter to the right. When that block meter fills up to full, the next hit you take will stun you for 2 seconds. Your base block meter is only 25, with most enemy attacks dealing around 10 stun damage. That means without equipment, you can only block 4 hits before you get stunned, which is not enough for our purposes. We increase our block meter from 25 to 175 with the Roly Poly armor. You take less damage by blocking a hit depending on what you use to block. Shields negate all damage, but use 30 base stamina per block. Weapons negate 25 to 75% damage depending on the heaviness of the weapon. We use a heavy weapon so that we negate the most amount of damage per block without using stamina. We take 17.25% damage from blocked hits and apply 18 stun to the opponent per blocked hit because of Roly Poly's peace bonus. The most important thing for this build is not using a shield, even if you are using a one-handed weapon, and it means leaving your offhand empty. That means if you are fighting with an axe or hammer, you should not equip a shield. If you use a shield, especially with the stamina penalty with heavy armor, your stamina will get rapidly depleted, and you would neither be able to attack nor defend. Weapons. The centerpiece weapon of this build is the Sour Broodmother Club. Clubs have a special characteristic in that it deals generic damage. Generic has a special characteristic in that when you upgrade the weapon to level 6 and choose a candy type, spicy, fresh, salty, or sour, it will no longer deal generic damage. That means that upgrading the Broodmother Club to any candy type will increase the damage that it deals to generic resistant creatures, even if they are not weak to that particular candy type. We choose sour because there is nothing resistant to pure sour damage, making our club good against every creature in grounded. As a bonus, in the later stages of the game, all orc creatures are weak to sour. Fully upgraded, it deals 147 DPS. Weapon progression. For your main weapon, find a thistle plant to make a spiky sprig. Then beat some red soldier ants to make a red ant club. Get on top of the lawnmower in the upper yard to find fire soldier ants to make a fire ant club. Finally, defeat the Broodmother to make a Broodmother club and upgrade it to sour. After the normal progression of axes, we use a Mighty Mantis scythe as our endgame weapon. This weapon gives us coverage versus flying creatures and wolf spiders, which are both double weak against its default types of slashing chopping. As a bonus, the scythe gets a stacking 25% DPS boost from our Apex Predator perk. After the normal progression of hammers, we end with a fresh Black Ox hammer, which is a favorable weapon against ladybugs and ladybirds. Spicy is not a valid candy upgrade because that is only good against sickly Roly Polies, of which there are 4 in the game. Salty is not a valid candy upgrade because the Black Ox beetle is only marginally weak to salty. Our default weapon, the Sour Broodmother Club, would deal more damage and mitigate more damage against Black Ox beetles. Armor progression. Our armor progression is simple. Since we want to block and do not use a shield, we need to increase our pitiful 25 base block meter. For Tier 1, the Acorn Armor set bonus gives us 15 extra block meter. For Tier 2, the Ladybug Armor gives us 25 extra block meter per armor piece. For Tier 3, the Roly Poly Armor's Sleek bonus is 50 block meter per piece. Do not upgrade to the Roly Poly Armor until you have upgraded it to level 6. You do not get block meter from it until you get its Sleek bonus. Avoid using Broodmother Helmet, as its poison does not stack with the venom from the Apex Predator mutation. Bossing equipment. For the Broodmother, take Coltana and a spicy staff. The broodmother has a double weakness to Coltana, allowing it to deal 87.5% more damage. The spicy staff's AoE spicy damage can take care of the spiders that the broodmother summons. After you defeat the mantis, the scythe is a better weapon than Coltana. For the mantis, take a salty broodmother club. The salty broodmother club bypasses all of the mantis resistances and deals 25% more damage due to its salty weakness. Mithridatism is an essential mutation. Blocking reduces hit damage but not poison damage, and spiders are abundant in grounded. At tier 3, it reduces poison damage by 75%. Corporate Kickback is the strongest mutation in the game, and one you should take if you have it. It gives a 5% chance on block to give you a full heal and 5 seconds of invulnerability. Apex Predator gives your club a 35 DPS venom, boosting our DPS by at least 17%. It also gives a 20% chance on hit to give a stacking 25% attack speed increase for 10 seconds to your scythe. You can expect 2 stacks on average in a long boss fight, taking our side DPS from 170 to 266. Shocking Dismissal gives you a 15% chance on block to cause your next attack to deal a lightning strike that causes 75 damage, 40 stun, and forced stagger AoE. It is very good when fighting multiple enemies at once, making it recommended. Natural Explorer gives exploring speed. You spend most of your time exploring, not fighting, making this mutation a top pick. Once you learn enemies' attack patterns, you might find yourself often out of stamina. That is because you are no longer blocking for long periods of time, not giving your stamina a chance to regenerate. Take Parry Master or Buff Lungs, my preference being Parry Master. Parry Master restores 15 stamina on perfect block. Buff Lungs increases your maximum stamina by 50. Barbarian gives a 25% chance to trigger a 20% more damage buff for 10 seconds. At 2 stacks, it'll give 44% more damage. But you lose the ability to perfect block. It combos well with Entomologist Trinket, which gives another 10% more damage on top, for a total of 58.4% more damage. It is a valid mutation to take, but beginners, do yourself a favor and give yourself the opportunity to learn perfect blocking by not taking this mutation. Thank you for watching this build guide. If you have questions or suggestions, please drop them down in the comments.